Okay, so today we're gonna take a deep dive into prepping for mechanical engineering job interviews.
Sounds good.
We're looking at this really cool article called Mechanical Engineer Interview Questions.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one.
It just came out in December 2024,
Mm,
and it's not like your typical list of questions. It actually dives into like example answers
nice.
and tips and tricks to really like nail these things.
I like that.
So we're going to kind of go through that and hopefully give you the tools you need to totally crush that next interview.
Yeah, because it's not just about answering the questions, right? It's about really showcasing, like, why you're the perfect mechanical engineer for the job.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
You got to show them what you got.
Yeah, and the article actually starts out by just reminding us, what even is a mechanical engineer?
Right.
Like, what are those core skills and responsibilities?
Easy to forget sometimes.
Yeah, you get so caught up in like the interview prep that you're like,
Yeah.
wait, what am I even applying for? But they highlight, designing and developing systems, troubleshooting like a pro, making sure things are working smoothly,
Mm-hmm.
ensuring quality and safety. Like that's a big one, obviously.
Huge.
Yeah. So it's like having that mental checklist of like, okay, this is what I need to be conveying
Yeah.
in this interview.
And don't forget the teamwork aspect, too.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, you're not just like a lone wolf in the lab.
No.
Collaboration is like key
Yeah.
in this field.
Yeah. And what I really liked about the article is how they break down interview questions
Okay.
into 5 main categories.
I like that.
It's like they're giving you a sneak peek into the interviewer's playbook.
That's right. And understanding the different categories helps you focus your prep.
Exactly.
So they highlight experience and background questions first,
Mm-hmm.
then technical skills and knowledge, problem solving and critical thinking,
Okay.
behavioral and situational, and finally case study and design questions.
Wow, that's a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah.
But like I said, having that structure really makes it easier to anticipate what's coming
Yeah.
and tailor your answers.
It's like a roadmap for the interview.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's start with those experience and background questions.
All right.
It's all about you,
Mm-hmm.
your journey as an engineer.
Tell your story
Exactly.
and connect it to the company's needs.
Yeah.
One question that I thought was really interesting was, can you describe a project where you had to troubleshoot and solve a complex mechanical issue?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Like, this is where you get to show off your real-world problem-solving skill.
Yeah. And they give a really good example answer, too.
Oh, yeah.
The candidate talks about this conveyor system that kept breaking down,
Right.
and they really, dug deep to figure out what was going on.
They got their hands dirty.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, okay, it's excessive wear on the drive components.
Mm-hmm.
And then they redesigned the system,
Right.
boosted efficiency by 30%.
Wow.
It's not just saying, I can solve problems.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
It's like proving it.
Exactly. Quantifiable results.
Yes.
They really make your answers stand out.
For sure. And then there's the classic question about how you stay current
Ah, yes.
with industry trends and advancements.
It's a must
Yeah. How do you keep learning and growing?
because things are changing so fast.
Constantly, right?
You got to stay ahead of the curve.
And the example answer they give, it's really good.
Yeah.
They mention conferences, webinars, technical journals,
Hmm.
even being active in professional organizations.
Shows real commitment.
Yeah, for sure. So it's like demonstrating that you're not just keeping up,
Right.
but you're actively seeking out
Yeah.
that new knowledge and those advancements.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's move on to the second category,
Right.
technical skills and knowledge.
This is the meat and potatoes.
Yeah, this is where they're really going to dive into your technical chops.
Make sure you know your stuff.
Right, and one question that stood out to me here was, can you explain the difference between static and dynamic analysis in mechanical engineering?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's getting at the core of how we analyze forces and design structures.
Totally. Think about it like a bridge.
Okay.
It needs to handle the constant weight of cars, right? That's static analysis.
Mm-hmm.
But it also needs to withstand the dynamic forces of wind or an earthquake.
That's true.
Both are crucial for designing safe and reliable structures.
Yeah, that's a really good way to explain it,
Yeah.
using a real-world example.
For sure.
And they also ask about failure analysis.
Oh, yeah. Being an engineering detective.
Yes.
It's not just fixing the problem, it's figuring out why it happened in the first place.
Mm.
So they give this example about bearing failures in a high-speed system.
Okay.
And the candidate uses visual inspections, material testing, the whole shebang
Wow.
to pinpoint the cause.
So it shows a systematic approach, but also how good documentation can be a lifesaver.
Oh, for sure. Keeping detailed records of everything you observe and test.
Speaking of good documentation, maybe we should jot down some
Yeah,
notes
that's not a bad idea.
on these key takeaways so far, just for our own reference later.
Good idea.
Okay, but let's keep rolling with category number 3.
Right.
Problem solving and critical thinking.
Love this one.
Me too.
Yeah.
What I love about this section is they're not looking for textbook answers.
Nope.
They want to see how you think on your feet.
Right.
Tackle those real-world challenges.
Exactly.
So one question they ask is, how would you approach troubleshooting a complex mechanical system that's not functioning properly?
Classic.
It's all about your process, how you break down a problem.
Like, what's your framework?
Exactly. And the example answer they give is like a step-by-step guide.
Nice.
Gather information,
Okay.
do a visual inspection, check the system documentation,
Got it.
form hypotheses, test them,
Yeah.
document everything.
All along the way.
Yeah, it's a framework that anyone can use. Absolutely.
Even outside of engineering.
Mm-hmm.
It shows that you're not just randomly trying things.
So you have a
You have a system. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then they ask about thinking outside the box.
Oh, yeah, where things get fun.
I know, right?
So they give this example of using a lattice structure
Okay.
to reduce weight without sacrificing strength.
Interesting.
Pretty clever solution, right?
Yeah.
Highlights both innovation and practicality,
Yeah.
being creative, but also realistic.
I'm
Yeah.
curious, have you ever had to use a lattice structure in your work?
Actually, I have. It was Luth for a lightweight drone design.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we needed to minimize weight, obviously,
Of course.
for better flight time,
Yeah.
but still maintain that structural integrity,
Makes sense.
you know, for all the components and stuff.
Yeah.
So we ended up using a 3D printed titanium lattice structure.
Wow. Fancy.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, actually.
I bet.
It shaved off like 15% of the overall weight
That's amazing.
compared to our initial solid frame design. Wow. Yeah, so thinking outside the box can really make a difference.
For sure.
But before we get too sidetracked,
Right.
we still have a couple more categories to unpack
Let's do it.
in this interview prep guide.
Okay.
Up next,
Mm-hmm.
behavioral and situational questions.
Ah, yes. This is where they're looking beyond those technical skills and into, like, how you handle the trickier stuff,
Right.
you know, the interpersonal aspects of work.
Like conflict resolution, teamwork.
Exactly. Dealing with pressure.
Mm-hmm.
They want to see how you'd fit into their company culture.
Yeah, it's about showing that you're not just a brilliant engineer,
Right.
but you're also a great person to work with.
Absolutely. Got to be a team player.
Yeah, so one question they dive into is, how do you handle conflicts or disagreements with team members during a project?
Oh, that's a classic.
It is, right?
It's going to come up
Conflicts are bound to happen.
in any team environment for sure.
Yeah, and the example answer they give,
Mm.
it emphasizes open communication, active listening, finding solutions that work for everyone.
It's not about winning the argument.
No.
It's about collaborating effectively
Yeah.
to achieve those project goals.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Exactly.
Okay, on to the final category.
All right, bring it on.
Case study and design questions.
Oh, yeah, this is the grand finale.
This is where you get to put all your knowledge and experience into action.
They're going to throw a real-world challenge at you.
Yeah, and see how you approach it.
Exactly.
One question that stood out to me was, can you walk me through a case study where you had to design a new product from concept to production?
Oh, that's a good one.
It's a chance to demonstrate your mastery of the entire product development lifecycle.
I bet this is where your portfolio comes in handy.
Oh, for sure. Being able to show off those past projects
Yeah.
and like walk them through your process.
Step by step.
The example they give is so thorough.
That's it.
Starting with market research,
Uh-huh.
going all the way through to product launch. It shows a deep understanding of not just the technical aspects,
Right.
but also the business side of things.
Exactly. Got to have both.
You gotta have both.
It shows that you can think strategically,
Mhm.
consider all those relevant factors,
Yeah.
and bring a product to life successfully.
And then there's this question.
Okay.
I think this one really puts your design skills to the test.
Hit me with it.
How do you approach designing a system that needs to operate in extreme temperatures?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a tough one.
Makes me think about material selection, insulation.
Thermal management, all that good stuff.
Exactly. It's a multifaceted problem.
For sure.
Requires a deep understanding of thermodynamics and materials science.
You got it.
In their example answer, it touches on all those key aspects,
Nice.
highlighting the importance of testing,
Of course.
rigorous testing.
Yeah, you got to make sure it can actually withstand those extreme conditions.
It's a good reminder that in engineering theory and practice go hand in hand.
Always.
You can design something brilliant on paper, but it needs to actually perform in the real world.
Absolutely.
So we've explored all 5 categories of questions,
You.
and I think it's safe to say this article gives a fantastic overview
Yeah, it does.
of what to expect in a mechanical engineering interview.
Really helpful.
But what impressed me
What's that?
is that they go beyond the questions
Oh, yeah.
and they offer additional tips for success.
Nice.
These are the things that can really set you apart
The extra mile.
from other candidates.
Yeah, like what are we talking about?
So one tip that stood out to me
Okay.
was practicing with AI-powered interview tools.
Oh, yeah. Have you ever tried those?
I haven't actually.
I was skeptical at first,
Yeah.
but they're really helpful.
Are they?
You get personalized feedback on your answers,
Yeah.
your body language, even your tone of voice.
Wow.
It's like having a virtual interview coach.
That's cool. I should check that out.
Yeah, definitely.
It seems like those tools could really help you build confidence
Mm-hmm.
and refine your delivery. The article also stresses the importance of reviewing those core mechanical engineering concepts.
Back to basics.
Yeah, it's easy to get caught up in the specifics of your past projects,
Right.
but having that solid foundation
Yeah.
in those fundamental principles is crucial.
It's like they're saying, don't forget the basics.
Right.
We get so focused on the complex stuff sometimes
Yeah.
that we overlook those fundamentals.
Yeah. And speaking of showcasing your knowledge,
Okay.
they also emphasize the importance of preparing compelling examples
Yes.
from your past projects.
Tell me more.
It's about being able to tell a story
Oh, I like that.
about how you've applied your skills
Right.
to solve real-world problems.
Not just listing accomplishments on your resume.
Exactly. It's about bringing them to life
Mm-hmm.
in a way that engages the interviewer
And shows what you can do.
and demonstrates your capabilities.
I imagine storytelling is a key skill in interviews.
I think so, especially when you're trying to explain complex technical concepts
Right.
in a way that everyone can understand.
You got it.
And finally, they hit on a point that I think is often overlooked:
What's that?
the importance of researching the company,
Oh, yeah.
understanding the industry landscape.
Due diligence.
It's like showing them you've done your homework,
Mm-hmm.
you're genuinely interested
I like it.
in their world.
It goes beyond just reading their website.
Right.
It's about understanding their challenges, their goals,
Yeah,
and how your skills and experience can help them succeed.
exactly. Aligning your story with theirs
Mm-hmm.
and showing how you can be a valuable asset to their team.
That's what it's all about.
So we've covered a lot of ground today,
We have.
from those 5 key question categories to
Mhm.
those extra tips for success.
Good stuff.
What stands out to you as the most valuable takeaway from this deep dive?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's the emphasis on showcasing your unique strengths and experiences.
Yeah.
Interviews aren't just about textbook knowledge.
Right.
They're about demonstrating how you approach challenges,
Mm.
solve problems, contribute to a team.
I love that perspective.
Yeah.
It's about bringing your authentic self to the interview
Exactly.
and showing them what makes you a standout engineer.
You got it.
It's about showcasing your passion, your ingenuity, and your commitment to the field of mechanical engineering.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
And on that note, I think we should take a quick break
Okay, that's good.
to let our listener digest all this valuable information.
Catch their breath.
We'll be back in a moment to wrap up this deep dive
Looking forward to it.
with some final thoughts and insights. Okay, so we're back,
Back at it.
wrapping up our deep dive
Yeah.
into mechanical engineer interview questions.
Lots of good stuff here.
We covered a lot.
We did.
5 core question categories.
Mm.
All those extra tips to give you an edge.
Yeah, those can really make a difference. So,
I think the big takeaway
okay.
is preparation is key.
Absolutely. This article gives you the tools and insights you need.
But you got to put in the work.
Right.
Tailor it to your own experiences and strengths.
Make it your own.
Like they're giving you a map,
Okay, I like that.
but you choose the path you take.
Mm-hmm.
Highlight those landmarks that are most relevant to your journey.
Your own unique journey.
And speaking of journeys,
Yeah.
one thing that really struck me
Okay.
throughout this deep dive
What's that?
is the importance of showcasing your passion
Passion, yeah.
for mechanical engineering.
You gotta love it.
You gotta love it, right?
Technical skills are essential,
Yeah,
but they're only part of the equation.
it's true.
Interviewers want to see that spark,
Mm-hmm.
that genuine enthusiasm
Yeah.
for the field.
Like the difference between someone who can fix a car
Okay.
and someone who truly loves cars.
Right. They both have skills,
Yeah.
but the passion is what makes it special.
It's what makes it special,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, and I think that passion comes through when you can talk about your experiences with excitement
Yes.
and genuine interest.
It's contagious.
Right.
It's like connecting those technical skills
Yeah.
to real-world applications,
That's right.
sharing stories about projects that challenged you,
Absolutely.
highlighting those moments where you're like,
The aha moments.
aha, I figured it out.
Yeah, solving that complex problem.
And remember,
Yes.
interviews are a two-way street.
Oh, that's important.
You're also assessing them,
Right.
seeing if their company culture
Mm-hmm.
and values align with yours.
Finding that perfect fit.
It's about finding the right job
Yeah, not just any job.
where you can thrive and contribute your unique talents.
That's what it's all about.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Okay.
I want to leave you with a challenge.
You all like challenges?
Think back to all those questions we discussed,
Hmm.
all those insightful answers,
Yeah.
and those example answers.
Okay.
Now ask yourself,
What's the question?
what unique experiences and skills can I bring to a mechanical engineering interview?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Right. It's about reflecting on your journey,
Mm-hmm.
identifying those moments where you truly shined,
Yeah.
crafting a narrative that showcases your passion,
Your expertise, your potential.
your expertise, and your potential.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
go out there, explore the full article,
Yeah. Do your homework.
practice your responses, and rock those interviews
I love it.
with confidence and enthusiasm.
We believe in you.
We can't wait to hear about your successes.
Until next time,
Happy engineering.
happy engineering.